So time to enter the second section, which is the player scouting section, the first of our dashboards available in SkillCorner's WEBAPP lab. And the first thing to do here, other than reading the general information about everything you would like to know about our data, is to basically load the seasons and competitions you want to scout in. One really useful feature is the potential to add a group of, for example, season that you want to scout in. Let's say I want to scout in Spanish first, second division. I will just call it Spain. Data from last season, whatever you think it's most relevant for you. And I'm going to have Spain La Liga 2 as well, and save this group as Spain. So once the group is saved, I'm going to find it here, again, Spain, or just click on individual competitions to start scouting. For my specific example here, I'm going to use the big 5 leagues. So removing Spanish La Liga because it's already included here for last season, so the 24-25. Once you click on load the data, you see different scouting tools appearing. We have the data table, the scatter plot, player comparison, performance index, player similarity, and report generator. Data table. So select all the different positions that you want to look for. In my case, it's going to be center forwards, and removing central defenders for all teams for the big 5 leagues. And you can change the age bracket you want to scout in. I'm going to keep it like fully extended because we don't have limitations. One important thing you can change here is whether you want to scout within a specific league. So looking at the metrics as the player is compared against the different players in the same position group within his league. So for example, if we are looking at Marcus Thuram, center forward for Inter Milan, he will be compared against all the center forwards in the Italian Serie A. Or if we want to use the sample ranking, which I personally favors for my example, which means comparing the player against all the players within the sample we selected. In this case, if we look at Marcus Thuram as a center forward, we will be comparing him not only against the forwards from the Italian Serie A, but from all the leagues that we selected in the sample, so the big 5 leagues. By the way, let's go down. Data table, what this allows you to do is basically choose important metrics for you to filter down players and visualize them in a table with all the different information that you think it's relevant. In my case, I might want players who rank high in the percentile ranking for, I don't know, sprint counts. So I want someone who is really, let's say, above average, let's say above the 70th percentile when it comes to sprint counts. And I also want someone who is, for the average top 5 peak sustainable velocity metrics, above the 70th percentiles. We can obviously select all the different metrics that you want, from phases of play, off-ball runs, time-breaking options, pass type, possessions, onboard engagements, and onboard engagement outcomes. These are all metrics that belong to our physical and game intelligence packages. And for my case, I will just select these 2 metrics, so physical elements. And here what I will see appearing is basically all the players from the big 5 leagues last season who ranked higher than the 70th percentile in those 2 metrics. You can obviously click on a specific player, let's say Vinicius from Real Madrid, and we will see the same pop-up appearing as we have seen in the homepage section. And again, you can add the player to the watch list to then check all the detailed information while you go through the scouting process. Once we are here, we can obviously as well display player information, which will include birthday, player ID, age, team name, and so on, as well as visualize rankings. So if we go under metrics, we not only see the value, but we see the rankings within the population sample. So it's not anymore the metric value, but the ranking within the sample. I'll go back to the metrics value, and you see how things have changed here. We are back to the metrics value.